Welcome to these sessions. In this presentation, I'm going to share the result of a controlled trial of a caring kids, which is a newly developed animal-assisted human education in Hong Kong. It's aimed to cultivate the social-emotional development on primary students. I would like to share some of the information about Hong Kong. Hong Kong is one of the most competitive cities in this world. According to the statistic, the older public space per citizen is about 2.7 square meters. Apart from that, the citizens in Hong Kong have a very little chance to interact with animals because the number of pet owners in Hong Kong is very low. It's about 9.4%. It's extremely low when compared to other developed cities. Besides, the children in Hong Kong have a poor mental health. Around 62.1% of teenagers report that they have a slightly depressed, and the social emotional resilience of the children went very low when compared to the other countries. The problem is that in our education system, it seems lacking of emotional education to tackle with the issues. As a result, we want to find a solution for that situations. We believe that child education may be one of the possible solutions. We review the literatures and find the social emotional learning, human education, animal-assisted education are three types of education that may be able to help. However, none of the pedagogy that I mentioned above provide a perfect answer to Hong Kong situation, but we found that they are compatible and they can also compensate each other shortcoming. And we believe that if we can cooperate them together, we can give a pretty good solution. As a result, we combine the social emotional learning, human education, and the animal-assisted education together and create a curriculum called Caring Kids Competence in Active Resilience for Kids. About the current curriculums, we adopt the structure of social emotional learning and the scope of human education and the pedagogy of animal-assisted education to create this program. This program is featuring the human-animal interactions. We believe that if the children can have a peaceful and empathetic relationship with the service canine, they may be able to develop the empathy and social emotional skills. And then these skills can further transfer to their interpersonal interactions. So therefore, this program has 6 sessions, and each session is a particular themes. For interacting with animal, learn how to respect the animal and other being around them, and then understand their own emotion, then manage their mind and feelings, how to maintain a good relationship with humans, friends, animals, and the nature. Then using a positive problem-solving skill to handle their interpersonal individual problems. And last is group separations because they may build a very strong relationship with their classmates and the service canine. And during the curriculums, they have a learning games, reading to dogs, about the local real canine storybooks, and then we have a discussion to consolidate what they have learned. And the storybooks they are reading are based on the real story in Hong Kong. We interview the handler and understand the story of the service canine, and then we convert them into a picture books. And each picture books have a specific theme fitting to the lesson. Because it's a very new program in Hong Kong, we think that the process is more important than the outcome in that stage. So we develop an implementation model. In the implementation model, we've detailedly outlined each step that we should do before, during, and after the intervention to ensure the safety and the welfare of the animals. This implementation model can also help to ensure the fidelity of the program, so the program is delivered as I intended. So about the evaluations, we have 3 research questions. The first research question is about the impact of caring kids. And the second is the added value of animal-assisted component. And the third is the factor that could impact the implementations. We do a screen so mixed method evaluation. We recruit a school, and then the 2 classes were randomized into the intervention group and the control group. The intervention group will receive the caring kids and the control group will receive the typical life educations. So we do the quantitative evaluations first. We ask the student and the parent to fill in the questionnaire before 1 week after, and 4 weeks after the caring kids program. And then we do the qualitative evaluation, which is the free focus group from the teachers, parents, and students. So for the quantitative part, we have two hypotheses. The first hypothesis is the participant in caring kids could significantly improve in social emotional skills and human attitude. And the second hypothesis is that the impact will at least as good as the life education in control groups. Here is the result. Here is the scale that we have used to measure the social emotional skills and human attitude. And the reliability is ranged from 0.6 to 0.8 is acceptable to good. And we did a pair sample t-test to capture the change at its different time point of each groups. So in here, only the intervention group have a significant improvement in empathy and cognitive competence. The students are more likely to think deeper and like to learn more and reduce the hyperactivity behavior. They're more able to concentrate. We also do a mixed up and over. So we can see that caring kids is in the blue line and the orange line is the life educations. For the mixed and over, the second difference is in the emotional problem and hyperactivity. For the emotional problem, the student in the caring kids have reduced the emotional problem after receiving the curriculums, but in the life education, emotional problem increased. However, the situation changed after the program ends. And for the hyperactivities, the student who received in caring kids has significantly reduced their hyperactivity behavior, while the student in the life education have nearly no changes. After the quantitative evaluation, we do the qualitative evaluation. We do the focus group for the teachers, parents, and students. All the parties agree that students have enhanced self-control. They're more self-disciplined, reduce aggressions, and have better management of their angers. Apart from that, they have advancement in human attitude. They develop a sense of responsible companion animal ownerships. And the perception of the community animals also have a positive changes. And they have a developed sense of animal empathy. After that, they have improvement in reading skills. Students have a more reading confidence and reading motivations. However, there is also the implementation obstacles. For example, the education policy, because of the very packed school schedule and the diverse student needs. Community culture. We have a very low animal ownership in that regions. And also, not all the neighborhood have a very positive feelings on the animal as well. Here is some of the example. The parent mentioned that her daughter was easily irritated before the program. When she played with the doll, she would cut off the hair of the doll if the hairstyle didn't fulfill her expectations. And the parent discovered that her emotions are more stable now. And she is calmer than before. When she faced problems, she would stop and think about solutions. She's told me that the dogs and humans can interact peacefully. So in this example, we can see that the participants have developed the problem-solving skills, which is taught in the curriculums. And the reason of this development is that she has a positive human and canine interactions, and that she got some insight and review her own anger management skills. Besides, some of the students also mentioned that they have developed the sense of human attitude. A student mentioned that Beta was living in her neighborhood. It was always arguing with her. She think that dog was dangerous. However, 2 months ago, she found that the dog was poisoned to death. She used to hate him very much. However, he now feels resentful now because it's alive and even it's a dog. So we can see that students have some positive changes about the life of the animals. But this example also shows that another problem is that the perception of community animal of the neighborhood, some neighbor may poison the dog, which is happening in Hong Kong. So in summary, what are the impact of clearing kids? So far, the qualitative results indicate the impact of clearing kids is satisfactory because the participants in clearing kids can have a significant improvement in cognitive competence, empathy, and reduce the hyperactivities. And the added value is the self-control, human attitude, and reading skills of the students. And the factors that impact the implementation will be the community culture and school education policy. Indeed, to further understand the mechanism of clearing kids, we have to do a very detailed multiple case study. In that study, we have outlined the mechanism of clearing kids and outline the changes for students of acquiring the social emotional skills and human attitude. And the results is presented in the poster presentations, the mechanism of animal-assisted human education and case study. If you're interested, please feel free to see that poster. So this is the end of my presentations. Thank you.